Hey guys, welcome to this video. So this video is about a very important topic for entrepreneurs who have just finalized the idea that they want to pursue, that they want to build a startup upon. And I receive a lot of pitches from pitch decks and presentations from entrepreneurs about their ideas in very early stages where they have just developed or probably just testing out. And some things worry me a lot, which is wrong market research. So this video will focus on how do you best test your idea, whether your idea is good or bad, whether you should do your idea, you should change your idea, or you should stop pursuing your idea. So what is it that you should do to test your idea? I see a lot of entrepreneurs today do wrong market research, which proves detrimental because this wastes a lot of their time in pursuing an idea which will eventually not work, wastes a lot of their time, wastes a lot of their energy, wastes their money even, and then demotivates them. So the earlier you can find whether the idea is good or not, the better it is for you. So the number one principle so what's the most common thing when someone tells you that how do you test whether your idea is good or not? Without launching, before launching, what do you tell them? Market research, right? We do market research. So the number one rule of market research is, you always remember this: never include family slash friends in your market research. Never, never, never do that. I have done that mistake. A lot of the times what we do is, if we want to do a market research for our startup, whether people will use this service or not, what we do, we create, what do? We create a Google form and then we circulate it in Facebook, Instagram, on WhatsApp among our friends in WhatsApp groups, and then we receive some hundreds of responses. And a lot of entrepreneurs come to me and tell me that I have done a survey among 1,000 people, which is good. I have done a survey among 500 to 1,000 people. The survey size is good, and then they tell me that most of them agree to use the service. And when I ask them, how did you do the survey? Then they tell me that the survey was done on Facebook groups and in their WhatsApp groups. So essentially, you have done your survey among friends. People know you, and when people know you, it affects their decision making power. Also, thus you have done the survey among your friends which have similar thinking as you. Mostly, they are not of diverse thinking. The world is full of people with diverse thinkings. So the number one thing in market research is never include family, friends, because they will always, most of the times, the survey from these people will not define what the real market out there looks like. So do you know how a proper company does a market research? It does a market a proper company do a market research by selecting geographies, different geographies all over the world. For example, they'll pick 5,000 people from United States, they'll pick 5,000 people from Siberia, they'll pick 5,000 people from Russia, 5,000 from China, and then from different religions, from different backgrounds. Out of those 5,000, 1,000 will be college students, 1,000 will be job professionals, 1,000 will be housewives, so that you can cover the majority diversity of the population which is there. And that's how you do a perfect market research. But as startups, you cannot do that market research, right? No problem if you cannot do that, but at least whatever you do, do not do this. Do not include your family or friends in your market research, and especially your family members, because whenever you tell an idea to your family, they'll always tell you that this is good because they love you. So do not believe your family when they tell you whether your idea is good or not, because they are not going to pay you or buy your service in thousands or lakhs. It's the outside world, the outside market that's going to do that. Number second is, beware of this. Remember this phrase for the rest of your life: the yes mentality. So yes and no are very powerful word. When you ask someone whether you will use this service or not, yes or no. We are launching this service, whether you will use this or not, yes or no. So yes is intrinsically viewed as a positive word which generates positive emotions, and it builds a good rapport between you and me, while no seems slightly harsh, slightly rude. So you avoid telling direct no to people. So when you push on surveys, Google surveys among your friends and whatever groups are there, most of the people will tell yes, even if on the inside they are not sure about using that service, they'll tell you yes, because of this yes mentality, because they do not know you and they do not want a bad rapport with you. So they'll answer it as Yes, but when the time comes, when you go to them that okay, you told me yes that you'll use this service, now pay me 500 for this service. They'll tell you, I don't have the money, I don't want it, it's not my use, it's no use of me right now. They'll start making excuses, they won't buy. In short, your market research was flawed. So always remember this yes mentality. Again, a lot of time this covers these 2 points. A mistake which again a lot of entrepreneurs, especially in colleges and otherwise also make, is that when they launch their website or their app, they ask their friends to rate them 5 stars. How foolish is that? How foolish is that? You ask your friends to rate 5 star on your app. Now why is that foolish? Just listen to this. This gives you your friends giving you 5 star ratings. So see, if you are in a college, you can easily get 200 to 300 5 star ratings for your app. And then if you go to the investor and tell him that we have 400 5 star ratings on our app, he'll definitely be impressed. But you are in a bubble, my friend. And why are you in a bubble? Because you believe that your app is a 5 star app. While your app can be a 1 star app also, you have received 5 stars because you have asked your friends to do it. So when I launched my first startup called Zoop in my final year of college, I did not ask any of my friends to rate 5 star. We did ask for rating, but we never forced them to rate 5 star. We always asked them that please rate it. We never asked them please rate it 5 star. Please rate it. Whatever you want, you rate it. So people were rating it 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. What we did was, when someone rated it 2 star, we immediately contacted him if he did not write a review. We asked him what the problem was that he was facing. We resolved that problem. We get back to him again that, sir, we have solved that problem. Now can you please reiterate your review? Can you please re-review our app to again whatever you like to? And that's how we built a good app. And today, and actually when I pivoted the business to Z2P, which was a mobile application for P2P lending, one of India's biggest. So we still today, we are one of the highest rated lending applications in the country, the highest rated lending application in the country. And that is because we do not focus on fake reviews. Fake reviews evade over time. Reviews with references evade over time. If you focus on exactly what the customer wants, if you focus on making the customer happy, your reviews are gonna stay for a longer time. You won't be in a bubble that my app is good even if it is not good. So it's very important that you focus on that. And then, so third point was about reviews, right? Particularly app reviews and web reviews. So a lot of times, again, now let's come to the fourth point. A lot of time entrepreneurs, they come to me, they pitch me their idea, I tell them some flaws, and they do not believe that whatever I have told them it's really valid, which is fair enough, because as entrepreneurs we are very passionate about our idea. And if someone tells us that no, this is not going to work or this is bad, you do not tend to believe it. You try to justify that, right? So it has happened with me very recently. So some entrepreneur, he sent me his pitch deck. I told him that this is not going to work, these are the problems, these are the flaws in the model, you have to work on that. And then he kept justifying why is it good. It's so since you are so passionate about your startup, it's very difficult for your mind to convince yourself that it is not good, because it's like your child, and no parent can believe that his child is bad, right? Every parent protects even a bad child. Only the outside world knows that. So for that entrepreneur, as an investor, I am an outside world. I can be fair. It's not my child. So if I do not like it, I can tell him that this is bad in it. So first thing that you should do is you should learn to incorporate external feedback. If someone is telling you, especially an investor is telling you that this is the flaw, that might 95% chances are that really might be the flaw, because he is experienced, he or she, the investor, is experienced in the market and they have told you something. But even if you do not, so fourth point is investor feedback. Take it seriously. I'm not writing the entire point, just the heading. Investor feedback, take it seriously. And then the fifth point is that, okay, sometimes it might be possible that the investor has given you some feedback, but you still believe that it can still work, that your idea can still work, and the investor somehow does not get a grasp of it. The best way to test your idea is to launch. That is the best way to test your idea. Once you launch it, once people start using it, once people start paying it, You have to prove no one whether your idea is good or not. It will speak for itself. So again, a mistake which a lot of people do here. So this entrepreneur that I was talking about recently, he told me that he has already tried. So he was sort of an e-commerce service. So he told me that he had already, when I asked him that if you want to test whether your idea works or not, launch it and test it. So then he told me that he has already launched it on WhatsApp and some 15 people have already used it. See, he was in a bubble. Again, he is in a bubble because he thinks that those 15 people represent the entire market. If those 15 people might be his, most probably will be his friends, right, who have used it. So, when you launch your startup, an ideal customer base which tells you that you have achieved a product market fit, if you are an app based startup, is usually more than 1,000. Ideally it should be around 5,000 to 10,000. If 5,000 to 10,000 people are actively using your application, and if they are your paid users also, then your idea has achieved a product market fit, and now you can go to the investor and ask him for funding. If he asks you whether your idea is good or not, you can simply tell him your traction numbers, that you have launched it and people are using it, and that question will be shut forever, because now he will know that yes, your idea has achieved the product market fit and it is a good idea. So guys, I hope you have understood what it takes, what are the ways to test an idea. The best way is launch. When nothing is working for you, when the market research is not telling you whether you should do it or not, when the reviews are otherwise are against you, when the investor is against you, the best way, instead of arguing with the investor, instead of arguing with your friends, instead of making new Google forms and asking the same questions differently, try launching the product. You won't get investment here. Remember this. This is not a stage where you should ask for investment. You should ask for investment after this stage, when you have achieved product market fit and when you have shown some decent traction. I hope you guys have learned some good deal from this video. This was a problem that I believed a lot of entrepreneurs were facing. I was daily receiving some 2-3 queries where entrepreneurs used to justify the flaw which I had pointed out, which I find I realized that they are actually in a bubble of their own idea, and that's why I made this video. Was never a part of the entire course on entrepreneurship. I recently, just yesterday, got this topic in my mind that I should make a video, and hence I made it. I hope you guys have learned a good deal. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.